Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is Donna Sharpe with Holistic Wellbeing. I am your holistic and wellness life coach. Part of what I do is I teach individuals how to get better connected with their spirit because I ultimately feel that once you have connection with God, it transcends to the remainder of your life. So if you're trying to establish a nutritional background, a physical background, like a lot of you say, and I'm trying to get fit, I'm trying to eat all the right things. Then in order to do that, when you have that connection with Christ, then you're going to see things from a different bird's eye view. Okay? I'm just here to tell you. If I were to just sum it all up, I would tell you that so many individuals right now are lost if they don't have Christ. They are completely lost. Hi, Bridget. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome back. Welcome. So many individuals are lost because they don't have anything at the center of their life. If you notice, many rich, wealthy individuals, they have all the money in the world, but they have nothing to fall back on. When all the money is gone, all the riches are gone, all those fancy things are gone, then they have nothing to fall back on. There's an emptiness inside. And I'm saddened to see how many people are so empty inside. They have nothing to pull from, right? So if you have not been following me, this is my 544th day of doing these lives. I've been doing this since January 1st of 2019. And I haven't stopped since. So this is almost a year and a half of speaking. So there's a plethora of educational material on my personal page. As you know, I've moved over to my fan page, and this is where I'm doing all of my lives right now until I move to the next platform. So if you ever wanted to see some of the topics I spoke on, I would encourage you to go back to my personal page. They're all titled. So you cannot miss them. I've spoken on everything from the chakra system to relationships between a husband and wife. I've spoken on, I've spoken on the digestive system. I've spoken on the brain. I can go on and on about the many things that I've spoken on. And the thing is, it's just based on my education the past 30 years. So what I'm basically doing as your holistic and wellness life coach is basically taking it all and putting it together to teach you how to live a organic, holistic, a healthy life. All right. But just remember, if you don't have Christ at the center of everything that you do, I'm just here to tell you, you're going to go down the wrong road. You ever go on a traveling trip and you look and you see three roads veer off in different directions and you're wondering, which road do I go? Right. And if you're following your own sense, your own, I'm in the mood for this or whatever the case is, you're gonna go in the wrong direction every single time. When God has a direction and a purpose for your life, and if it's something you're trying to accomplish, for me, when it comes to the nutritional side and the physical side of it, you're going to be able to develop the discipline because God is going to mold your mind in such a way that when you start the process and you start the journey, you're not going to end the journey the following day because you don't have that stick-to-itiveness. And what causes that stick-to-itiveness is having faith, is understanding that, I can do this, I can travel this road and not fall off. Or if I fall off, what do I have to fall back on? I have to fall back on Christ. He'll give me the strength I need. He'll give me the direction. He'll give me the purpose. He'll give me all of those things, right? Because so many people I see there, they tell me all the time, Donna, I need your help. I need to lose weight. I need to this. And I tell them, I don't want to start with you because number one, I'm very serious about what I do. And if I'm going to start you on a journey, I expect you to finish it. Okay. And number two, if you're not ready, you're not mentally prepared and your mind is not in the right place, there is no way that you're going to continue through that process. And I will not drag you through it because if I was to drag you through a fitness process, right, or drag you through a whole meditation series or drag you through a Qigong practice or drag you through a nutritional balancing, you're going to do it for 5 days, 3 days, if that, and then you're going to fall off the wheel. So that's just a little bit about me. Let me just tell you that I have been speaking from a book called 3 Steps to a Strong Family for the past month and a half. We're winding down. We're coming to the very end. It's by an author, Linda and Richard Airy. Hi, Miss Wanda. Thanks for joining. Welcome. And from this book, it really taught children The basic premise of it was to teach individuals, right, children in particular, how to foster a great life ahead of them by establishing the right habits. So from this book, it's also forwarded by Stephen Covey, and you guys very well know Stephen Covey is excellent when it comes to planning. So many people they're at the kindergarten stages when it comes to planning anything in their life, whether it's from a financial standpoint, a relationship standpoint, how to care for their children, the whole fitness piece. So planning is key, right? That was another thing I did several lives on is time management, is how to create a to-do list, is how to set up your dreams, is how to follow them. I mean, we spoke on many things. So from this book, it really went and spoke on some main section. One of the section was how to teach your children how to take care of their finances, right? How to write a check, how to balance a checkbook. Some of the basics that even now our teenagers don't even understand how to do, believe it or not, right? Even some adults, they don't understand how to do some of those basic financial management things. So we spoke on that. We also spoke about how do you divvy up relationship in the house and make sure that everyone has their part. And it's not just a treacherous thing and everybody is like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're giving this to me again. Why is this? Why I have to do the laundry? Why I have to iron the clothes? But it was nicely put in this book because they allowed everyone to have their responsibilities, including the parents, so that the children felt that the parents were involved. But when they saw that the parents had most of the load, they looked at them and they felt bad. They're like, oh my goodness, mommy have all this stuff to do and I only have one thing. So it changed their perspective on how the responsibilities should occur in the home. Because guess what? When they grow up, they have to do the same exact thing. And then we also spoke about traditions. We have so many traditions as families, they have so many wonderful dynamics. Everyone does their own thing. No two family are alike. And so you end up establishing traditions in your household. And it's so much fun. So when it's all over and said, everyone in the family is like, man, that was just a great Christmas. I just love the way we warm up to it. And then we just hit it with a bang on Christmas Day. Or, Easter, we do this. So whatever that tradition is, I'm going to encourage you to keep it and build on it. So I spoke in depth from this book on traditions and how your children, they'll take some of the same things that you did and they'll progress in their own life and travel with it the same way, but they'll curtail it to their own likings. Because again, they're going to do their own thing and you want to embrace that, right? So we're winding down, and as you know, Linda and Richard Airy are the authors of the book, but they're also the parents of several children in this book. And so as they were teaching their children throughout this entire journey, now as I'm winding down, what they're talking about now is the experiences that their children gained and how well they're taking it into their own adulthood. So we're right at the tippy end. And yesterday I started one section of it. I'm going to do another section tonight. And it's basically, I'm going to read it verbatim, a couple of these sections, because it's specifically what their children said as they traveled abroad and started to do their own thing. And they reminisce on what they had in the relationship with their family. Guys, the main reason I started to speak on this is because when Corona all started, I recognized that so many people were home together, right? Everyone's bonding together. You have spouses tearing each other's head out, all right? Or wondering, okay, I never saw you before. What's going on? They're getting to know them better, right? And then you have children who are in the house getting just annoyed from doing the same thing over and over again, which I feel is a certain kind of discipline because now they're forced to do other things they might not have done before. So I was encouraging people from the beginning of COVID to take a look at your life and just understand that there's things that have been on the table in your life, right? And you've never gotten a chance to address it. So one of two things, you're either going to just waste that time away, right? Or you're going to take advantage of the time that was given to you, unbeknownst to all of us, and sadly enough to so many families that lost their loved ones. But use it wisely. I've had so many people text me and call me and you should do this. Or what about this? Do you have a meditation program? I'm having PTSD. I got everything, right? 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm waking up to text. But I encourage individuals that you have to rely on God. You got to get down on your knees. You cannot take this journey by yourself. All right? Because when you rely on Him, He is the only one that's going to give you the strength that you need and the direction as far as what you need to do next. So I focused on a lot of the things for your immune system and building your immune system. I took you guys out to the garden. I showed you things that's in the garden. I showed you what I do with some things that I have from Jamaica. So it's not for a lack of information that you don't get this knowledge, right? It's just the fact that no one wants to tune in and listen for a few minutes and take it and run with it, right? especially what I give to them. So I spoke on children, and because I feel that the children now need special attention. You know, when we're gone, we have to think, well, what are we leaving behind for them? What legacy are we leaving behind for them? What have we taught them? Do we teach them enough? Do we understand our children? Do we have a real relationship with them? Or are they trying to run and leave the house? I know I mentioned to you guys that when your children are 18 years of age, everybody in America, the first thing they say is, they're 18, kick them out. I can't wait till I leave my house. In Jamaica, that's not how it goes. In some of the islands, we embrace each other as family. We eat together. We still eat together when they're older. So we want to make sure we're doing some of the same thing and give them the benefit where it's due. Listen to them, actively listen to them. And don't speak down to them. Because they're children doesn't mean that they don't have a say. Allow them to express themselves, because as they're learning about themselves, and that's the only way they're going to get better connected. Remember what I told you guys, the frontal lobe in the brain, which I did several lives on the brain, it doesn't develop until the age of 25. So when you're thinking your 20-year-old has all the answers, I always tell you, just look at them and smile and say, you know what, just stroke them a little bit and say, you know what, John, I understand where you're coming from. It's all right. It's all right. Appease them. But make sure behind the scenes you're preparing for them a nice foundation so that they can grow and learn from you. All right. So I spoke on a couple of the children last night. It was so interesting because these children went way abroad. Some of them went to Romania, Bulgaria, and then they wrote their parents back the little letters saying, you know, Mom, I really missed when we did XYZ. And that's when it's all worth your while. So I'm going to go straight to one of these stories. And thank you guys for being patient with me. I didn't read, excuse me. I read Sadie's letter yesterday. Read about Sadie's letter. I don't remember where Sadie went. Oh, Sadie, she did a humanitarian thing. She decided to, let's finish the book. 4 of our children have started, just a quick summary of this one little section. 4 of our children have started to write back to us about their childhood, helping us to improve our perspective on 3 steps and helping us to measure just how effective they were. So their child Sadie, in her first year of college, while the other 3 have chosen to take a break from their studies for humanitarian services and missionary work. Wow, wouldn't you like your children to come up to you and say they're doing missionary work? Praise God, right? Our daughter Sarin is in Bulgaria. Shawnee is in Romania. And Josh is in England. And they, believe it or not, they have additional children as well at home. So I read on 2 of them last night. And I'm going to read on this one by Sarin. This is Sarin that I just spoke about. All right. So she goes on to elaborate what she has learned from each member of the family. A wonderful revelation to those who thought they had been quite a lot. There were quite a lot of trouble to her. Well, and here it goes. So, well, Mom, here I am in the middle of nowhere, just like you said, wishing I had practiced the piano more. When I go to Sunday meetings, I am the only one who can even read the melody to get us through a hymn. Service is truly the key to happiness in life. I love the orphanage. The babies with the birth defects need so much love and have so little. When we first came, they shrank in fear at our touch. They stay in their dirty little cribs all day with only cockroaches to play with. Aw. I love to hold them close and play music to them and see their heads move in time to the music. I love the beautiful little girl with misshapen heads due to an inoperable brain tumor who clings to me. The little boy who is stiff and sweaty and smiles in surprise at my touch. And the baby with the huge blue eyes and useless little paralyzed legs who love music. I want them to know that someone loves them and that sometimes in their short little lives, someone held them close and made them feel like a precious real person. Wow. Maybe someday, if I'm really really good, I can be friends with those precious spirits in heaven. Love, Sarin. Isn't that nice? So now she's getting to embrace all the love that she had in her family. Now she's embracing it with her experiences abroad. And she's just taking it along with her. And this one is by Josh. I'm going to go ahead and read Josh. I'm going to make that the last one. This one's a little bit lengthier. And it says, from London, came this surprising revelation from a shy child. This is their shy child, right? Who has really struggled with communicating verbally. So here you go. My companion is very shy, and so I have to be the one who gets involved with talking to people at their doors, on the street. I thought I hated doing those weird speeches at dinner, but maybe they were okay after all. It sure helps me to think on my feet. By the way, when you get to the part on traditions in this book you're writing, here's some input from me. The memories I have from our family tradition is something I would not trade for anything. When I think back on all the things we did together as a family, I cry because I miss and love them so much. Our family traditions have bonded us together better than anything. When I think about our family traditions, the first one that always comes to mind is our Easter tradition. Every Easter, we drive down to Lake Powell and rent a houseboat for a few days. We take morning hikes together up the beautiful canyons, climb the mountains, swim, listen to song Big River over and over, have barbecues, play games together after dark every night. Mom always brings a book and reads right before we go to bed every night. Those trips to Lake Powell were some of the greatest times of my life. I also love our Christmas traditions. Our Christmas Eve, we have Nazareth supper and act out the first Christmas. Then we give out our presents to our brothers and sisters. We get up about 3 or 4 in the morning to look through our stockings, which Santa Claus brought in our rooms at night. At about 7, we sing Christmas songs on the stairs to wake up Mom and Dad, and then go into the living room to see what Santa brought us and open other presents. We always have Easter Benedicts. Woo, that's a good one. That's a new one, right? We always have Eggs Benedict for breakfast. One of the funniest things we do on Christmas Eve is have family basketball games. Christmas is such a special time for families. Thanksgiving is also really great, and I loved all of our different traditions. I'll never forget them. Our first Sunday testimonials were really spiritual. I'll never forget them, and I'm sure I'll do them with my family. See, that's what we just spoke about. So I love going on mommy and daddy dates. I just wish I could have taken them on more before going on my mission. They really helped our relationship. I would look forward to Sunday awards, especially when I had done something to earn a particular award and had a chance to win it. I didn't realize how important Sunday sessions were at the time I did them when I was little, but now I know it's so important, and I'll do it all my life. Devotional early in the mornings was one of my favorites, but I'm really glad we did it. The scriptures are so important, and we learned some of the greatest quotes. I'll never forget those early morning sleepy-eyed devotionals. I love the things we did at dinner time. They livened up our time at the table. We learned a lot about each other. I loved all of our family traditions, and I'll never forget them. I can't wait to do some of them again. And I'll get back home. After I get back home, traditions really strengthen families. And this is Josh. Love, Josh. So there you have it. I mean, Josh really summarized many of the things that we spoke about from this book. He reminisced way back to all of the events that they had in their family. He reminisced back to the devotional he had with his parents. He reminisced to the time when his parents read to him. So my question to you is, how well are you establishing those traditions with your own children so that when they do leave, they'll always look back and they'll miss those special times? But not only that, they'll take those times with them and they'll bring it right into their own family, and then you can enjoy that time with them well spent and just watch them from a distance now, right? And not so much be involved in it, but you're looking from outside in, and you're just embracing them, and you're complimenting them on a job well done, and you're just seeing exactly the beautiful legacy that you left behind. So I wanted to share that with you. We had several reminiscing from these children when they left home, and so we shared about 3 of them already. I just shared, 4 actually. So I shared 2 more with you tonight. I'm going to share probably 1 more. Yes, just 1 more with you tomorrow night, and then we'll move right into the big picture as we summarize again some of the things, just revisit some of the things that we learned in the book. As we close this out, we're going to move on to another fantastic subject. So guys, listen, if you love what you heard tonight, I'm going to ask you to share this live with someone else. A lot of times that when we gain good thing and when we're experiencing great things, we never ever share it with anyone else. You know, it comes to when my whole practice in the spa business and the coaching business. If someone's giving you great service, wouldn't you go and just tell the world? You do that for the movie theaters. You go see a good movie and you go home and you tell the whole world. But guess what? The movie theater is not paying you anything, but you still go and brag about the movie you saw. Try to do that for people that are in your circle that you know is working very hard to bring a change about in this world, all right? And share it with them. So I'm going to ask you to share this message with someone else if you felt that it could benefit them. But I'm going to also ask you, please do not tell them about what I spoke on. Because guess what? You're going to miss a couple important keywords, and then the story is just not going to sound the same. So share it with them. Let them hear it for themselves. But by all means, I'm going to ask you to love this live. I don't like the thumbs up. I'm telling you right now, I think that's very dry. When it comes to communication, I did some lives on communication. Individuals do not know how to communicate. Do not give me a dry thumb, okay? That's just very insulting as far as I'm concerned. If you love something, then love it. If you care about it, then care about it, right? Embrace it. So if you put your hand on the thumbs up button and slide up, you'll see all the other icons. Some people actually didn't even know how to do that. So love it if you love it. And by all means, if you would like to continue following me, I will be here at this platform for a little bit, and then I'm moving on to something else. But by all means, feel free to go onto my website. It's holisticwellbeing.com. It's WHOLELISTIC wellbeing.com, as in the whole person. I don't deal with parts of you. I deal with all of you, because that's how you get to be the successful and most courageous and strong person in your entire life, right? So log on to my website, and there, if you click on the About section, you'll see why I'm so passionate about what I do. It is on some construction, so some of the things you see on there, if you have questions about it, feel free to inbox me. I'll clarify it, but for the most part, just read the About section in my bio. It's a very short bio. It'll tell you why I'm so passionate about what I do. So I'll be back again tomorrow. I'm not going to take any more of your time to share with you another story, and then we'll progress to moving to the end of the book. Wanda, thank you so much for joining. Miss Bridget, thank you so much for joining as well. It was an absolute pleasure to see you, Miss Bridget. And I'll be back again here tomorrow. As you see, I'm not in front of my what do you call it? My healthy trees outside, right? Oh, you're very welcome, Miss Wanda. Thank you for being so supportive. I really appreciate you. So I'm not in front of my moringa tree and my papaya tree that's even out in the sun. You know, I love the outdoors, but I have to change it up a little. You guys been all over the world with me, so you never know where I am at any given time, right? So I'll be back again tomorrow. I love you guys. Please, please, please be safe, okay? Be safe and make smart decisions, and I'll see you guys back again here tomorrow. Take care and have a fantastic night. Ciao.